Well, hello! I'm here in the vegetable garden at the vicarage. It's a lovely sunny day now. I need to pay some attention to the garden. We were a bit late planting our seeds this year because we were quite busy. And when we did plant them, we had the hot, dry weather and there weren't really good growing conditions. But now, since we've had the thunder and the rain, things have come on. And you can see a lovely row of parsnips here and fennel. We've got peas over there and runner beans and lettuces. We've got some plants that we didn't plant too. We've got potatoes. I didn't plant those. They've come up. And over there I've got a lupin, a tomato plant and a marrow, none of which I planted. But over here I should have a line of vegetables down there. It should be beetroot. But something else has come up in the garden. We've got a lot of weeds. There weren't any weeds when I actually planted the seeds. I cleared all the weeds. But there were weed seeds in the soil, and so they've grown up. And I haven't had time to work on this part of the garden for a few weeks. So now I need to pull up some of these weeds and get rid of them. And if I look carefully, and if I'm very careful down here, I will find the beetroot. And there it is. I wonder if Philip can bring the camera in enough for you to be able to see the beetroot there. And there's a whole line of beetroot, so I'll have to take all these weeds out. I've got carrots and parsnips, fennel, spinach bolted in the lovely weather, and we've got peas as well. It reminds me of the time when Jesus told a parable about a farmer who planted some seeds in his field. Well, here we are back inside again from the garden. I'll read that parable I was talking about, the parable of the seed. The same day, Jesus went out of the house and sat by the lake. Such large crowds gathered round him that he got into a boat and sat in it, while all the people stood on the shore. Then he told them many things in parables, saying, a farmer went out to sow his seed. As he was scattering the seed, some fell along the path, and the birds came and ate it up. Some fell on rocky places, where it did not have much soil, so it sprang up quickly, because the soil was shallow. But when the sun came up, the plants were scorched, and they withered, because they had no root. Other seed fell among thorns, which grew up and choked the plants. Still other seed fell on good soil, where it produced a crop, 100, 60, or 30 times what was sown. He who has ears to hear, let him hear. A parable can be described as a story with a hidden meaning. It's actually a gift which we've been given, but we need to open it and find out what's inside. So it's like a present which has already been given to us. We can't buy parables or take them or steal them because they're already ours. When we explore parables, we will find something precious inside. So let's explore this parable a bit further, because in the passage from Matthew 13 that I've read, a few verses later, Jesus went into a house with his disciples and they asked him to explain the parable. And this is what he said. Listen then to what the parable of the sower means. When anyone hears the message about the kingdom and does not understand it, the evil one comes and snatches away what was sown in his heart. This is the seed sown along the path. The one who received the seed that fell on the rocky places is the man who hears the word and at once receives it with joy. But since he has no root, he lasts only a short time. When trouble or persecution comes because of the word, he quickly falls away. The one who received the seed that fell among thorns is the man who hears the word, but the worries of this life and the deceitfulness of wealth choke it, making it unfruitful. But the one who received the seed that fell on good soil is the man who hears the word and understands it. He produces a crop yielding 100, 60, or 30 times what was sown. Now, this parable is known as the parable of the sower, but it is also sometimes called the parable of the soils, and you'll notice that I've already referred to it as the parable of the seeds. So it has a variety of titles. Thinking about it as the parable of the soils can help us unpack its meaning a little. So then, the seed in the parable is God's word, and we are the soil. I wonder what type of soil we each are. Maybe we are sometimes one type of soil and sometimes another, depending on whether or when we are listening to God. Fortunately, however, we only have to be receptive earth in the parable. God organises the growing of the seed. Is there any point in trying to grow then? Well, not on our own at least. All we have to do is let God into our lives and He will do the rest within us. So, can anyone end up with a big crop? Yes. No qualifications are needed, apart from being human and open to God. Something to think about. I wonder what kind of things make for good, well-prepared earth where God's seed can grow. And what could our church do to help seed to grow? What could our families and friends do to help seed to grow? So to finish, let's recap. God's word is the seed. When it is sown in good soil, watered by His rain and warmed by His sunlight, it produces a good crop of spiritual fruit. I pray that this will be your experience. God bless you, and I'll see you next time.